Won't it be great when you can finally relax into the arms of your beloved, knowing that your future together will be long and happy? No more wondering whether it will work out. No more wondering if he's even out there. No more wondering if you will have what it seems like every other woman on earth has, a happy family and a loving home. As women, we're given these boxes to check off. Get an education, build a career, buy a house, stay healthy and fit, and of course, find the person that we are meant to spend our entire lives with. And until we check off all of those boxes, we have to keep hustling and pushing and driving ourselves. What no one ever tells us is that the promised reward at the end, which is that happy life filled with contentment and satisfaction, is in no way guaranteed. You can get all of the things. You can get the career, the house, and the husband, and the family, and still not feel any different than before. Now, strangely enough, knowing this can actually make you happier because you don't have to wait until you do all the things. You can be happy right now. Hi, I'm Amy Waterman. I am a love expert here at yourbrilliance.com. And if you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. In this video, you will learn some of the science behind happiness, why you can have every single good thing happen to you and still not feel all that much happier, and a much more reliable way to experience more joy in your life. Researchers studied the happiness level of couples who got married for the first time, and they found out that yes, getting married does give you a happiness boost, but it doesn't last. You eventually end up feeling just about as happy as you felt before you got married. And there's a scientific reason for this: hedonic adaptation. Hedonic adaptation is a theory that no matter what life throws at us, positive or negative, we eventually adapt. Whether we win the lottery or we get into a car crash, the effects on our happiness are temporary. We eventually return to feeling the exact same way we've always felt. Now, that is not what we're told, of course. We are told that earning more money makes you happier. Becoming famous for what you do makes you happier. Looking amazing at your ideal weight makes you a lot happier. Being married to a great guy makes you happier. You could probably name at least a dozen things that would make you happier right now, right? Life would be great if only, and fill in that blank. But you probably have a friend who is generally happy no matter what's going on in her life. And you probably have another friend who's generally dissatisfied no matter what's going on in her life. And if you think closely, you can probably see that everyone you know stays just about as happy as they always are, regardless of how their life changes. So here is the million-dollar question: what determines how happy we usually feel? Our happiness set point is 50% genetic, 10% due to our circumstances, and 40% under our control. Now, you can't do much about your genes, and changing your circumstances will only nudge your happiness set point slightly. But you can change the way you live your life. It turns out that the pursuit of happiness is not the pursuit of wealth, fame, love, or luxury. Happiness lies in those little things, in the little pleasures that we enjoy every day, in the habits that fill us with positive emotions, investing in experiences and relationships rather than material things. Now, if you're one of my longtime followers and you're thinking, this sounds a lot like the pleasure principle, you are right. The pleasure principle is the choice to move towards the things that give us pleasure rather than away from the things that give us pain. And right now, you may have a number of things in your life that you don't like. Your job isn't where you want it to be. Your living situation isn't where you want it to be. Your love life isn't where you want it to be. And you can certainly devote your energies to fixing all the things, but reserve part of your energy for just doing the stuff that makes you happy. Researchers have found that you can shift your happiness with simple everyday habits like exercising, hanging out with friends, having a spiritual practice, and making time for hobbies. Now, my favorite happiness habit is finding something to savor every single day. But in order to get around hedonic adaptation, you don't want to look for pleasure in the same things all the time. So if you always get the double whipped caramel frappuccino, then pretty soon it won't feel special. And if you always get the largest size, it's not going to feel as special as the smallest size, because that first sip always gives you more pleasure than the second or the third or the fourth. Pleasure connoisseurs know that limiting yourself ratchets up that anticipation and makes you savor every moment. So don't assume more is better. A little pleasure goes a long way. So if you have been waiting to fall in love with somebody, to enjoy experiences like a fancy restaurant or a box of truffles or a mini break somewhere warm, stop waiting for the guy and give yourself those experiences you have been longing for. If you would like to learn more about the pursuit of pleasure and how it supercharges your love life, then you'll find a complete 4-week program in my book, The Pleasure Principle. You will discover your own pleasure profile and find new ways to challenge yourself to incorporate more pleasure into your life. I will put the link below, and I will see you next time.